Yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yai yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dum. Oh, yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai yai dai dai dai. Ay, 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 dum. Yay, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, na, ay, 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 ay. Ay, na, ay, 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 ay. Oh, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, Boker Tov, good morning. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Wednesday, because it's Wisdom Wednesday. That's really the only reason I know that it is. Um, Coming off a great but hard day yesterday. For me, for our family, for just in general. But also a beautiful day spent in the sun with people that I love, and it was great. And it was the combination of holding um, profound gratitude and heartbreak all in one moment. And so we come to this week's Parsha, and we talk about journeys. We're all on one. We've all been through them. And here we are to reflect on it, taking Torah time and bringing it forward, looking for lessons and searching for truths in our own lives. So this week's Parsha, this week's Torah portion is Parshat Matot Masai, which covers the final stages of the Israelites, the Jews' journey through the desert in preparation to enter the Promised Land. But it also includes the important laws of vows and oaths and boundaries on the land. One of the key themes from Matot is the importance of keeping promises, particularly in the context of vows. So Moses relays to the leaders that that when someone makes a vow, when somebody makes a promise, it's their responsibility to fulfill it. I feel it resonates more than ever today because promises, whether they're personal or professional or societal or whatever you're promising to do and to for yourself and toward whatever that promise is a cornerstone in the trust that relationships and communities share. In the second part of the parsha, so it's usually it's one portion for 1 week, but there are multiple weeks within the year that there is a double portion, and this is one of them. So Masai, in the second part, the Israelites are reminded of their journey's history. So we read in this portion a large, long list of the Israelites' 42 stops along their journey in the wilderness. So this double portion is about journeys, about promises, but they're literal and spiritual. On the surface, they seem repetitive. 42 times we have to talk about the stops that are happening. It's like a travel log, right? Through the deserts and the encampments. But there's a teaching, Rashi teaches that each place carries meaning. They weren't just pit stops. They were formative experiences. Places where there was growth, places where there was struggle, places where transformation happened. Fair, right? The journey or the journey's history and the boundaries of the land are outlined just as they were. It's this powerful reminder of the importance of remembering where we've come from, where we've been, to better navigate where we're going. In our world today, we see this as a call for reflection, right, on our shared journey, the things that we've experienced together, acknowledging the successes, the failures, using the wisdom that we've gathered and gleaned along the way to build a more ethical future. But the word boundaries, the concept of boundaries, also applies to today's challenges as we face political and social and personal conflicts. We're becoming more mindful of the space that we occupy and how to engage with others. Kind of like the Israelites were instructed to create these healthy boundaries in the new land, to establish boundaries that honor both our needs and the needs of others as we approach to maintain proper peace and balance. But something that is underlined, something that is magnified, something that is an in-your-face reminder is about collective responsibility. The Israelites worked together to achieve their goal of entering the promised land. And so too in today's society, we call ourselves to work together in solidarity to make the world a better place. Reminding ourselves that we're not just individuals, but we're part of the larger community in shaping collective future. So the lessons of responsibility and reflection and communal harmony acts as a guide, right, for us to navigate our own personal journeys and the collective journey, recording every stop, right? Because why do we really need to do that? Some of us want to just squash, erase, eliminate some of the stops that we've had to make along the way. But if we remind ourselves that life is not about a destination and it's a process of becoming, every place we've been, every challenge that we've faced, every transition that has come before us contributes to truly who we are. We're always in motion. We are navigating personal upheavals. We are dealing with societal shifts, even though they seem to always be shifting back to something that we've already experienced, just only worse. Global uncertainty. It's nothing new and unfamiliar to us. This is the waters we've been navigating and charting. It can be super tempting to want to skip ahead to something that is looking and feeling and seeming stable. We want to arrive. But this parsha, this portion, Matot Masai, reminds us that at each stop, even the difficult ones, there's purpose. We hold purpose in those places. They're part of the milestone, not the checkpoint, but the milestones that uncover our true becoming. For those of us that have experienced grief, transition, healing, this portion reminds us or affirms for us that every step matters, even the hard ones. For our communities, often navigating uncertainty, it reminds us that the journey is part of the sacred story, right? You can't just look at Torah and take one little tiny piece without looking before and beyond to get a better feel, right? Before you can unpack it and see what it really means. Yes, of course, you could take one word and find some meaning in it. But when you take that one word and you link it to the word before and the word after, it takes on a new meaning. And if you add a few more words to it, a verse, a phrase, before you know it, you come with a whole bunch of information to unpack. And living in a world which doesn't always feel like this, but in a world where we're all searching for peace, it's a call to reflect on where we've been so we can move forward with some clarity, with some compassion. So this week we say goodbye to the book of Bamidbar, the book of the wilderness. This is the last two parshiot, the last two readings in this book. And the words we offer, the words we say, are chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Be strong, and let us strengthen one another. We have the honor of being on this journey together. The journey which was leading up to this moment, that which is behind us, as we step into the next chapter together with courage. And that's the way we do it. We step forward, reminding ourselves of responsibility and connectivity and reflection and communal harmony in effort to make our lives and the lives of those that we love, the greater world as a whole, working towards a more just, working towards a more peaceful, working towards a greater whole rather than a fragmented society in which we live. And so we hope and we pray that we're doing the communal work that needs to be, that we're reminding ourselves of how far we've come. For us, Congregation Simchat Lev, it has been a journey of years and years, 23, 4, 5 years, something like that. I always get it messed up. By Rosh Hashanah, I get it right, but I have to go back and add it up. But for something about this online community that we've created, that we've formed, that we've fostered relationship and meaning and work, it was that we, as a reminder, because why not throw it out there, that it was 2 days before the world shut down, because one of our educators was, in fact, teaching and in close proximity to the first rabbi on Long Island to contract COVID. And so when we were trying to figure out what was going to happen and the world was still open, but it was this kind of, what is COVID? We sought guidance from an infectious disease physician who said, close down, shut your door, open your heart, but shut your door. And we came to an online platform, that which we were using for before, but just for Shabbat and holidays. And we created this community, which was an expansion of what we were already doing, but it was a daily connection. Reminding ourselves that we're part of this journey together. We're, COVID is no longer here, but yet we continue to show up every day. To know that this community is a community that supports one another, that lifts each other up, that comes to learn together, to try to seek some more understanding and some deeper connection with one another. So we are grateful for all of that. We are working towards our High Holy Day information, source of connection, all of these other things, like what the year ahead will look like together, myself and Rabbi Jay, but the realization that you are an integral part of the reason why we continue. And we are grateful for that, for we are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you, of course, tomorrow morning at 9:30. Thanks for joining Lita and Jennifer, Suze, Linda, Elisa, whoever else is watching, because I see the number, but I don't see the people's names. Thank you for joining us, whether it's live or whether it's another time. And let's continue to show up for one another as we continue to learn, lift up, and continue the beautiful community that we have created. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Ora Avinu Chai. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:30. Have a great day, everybody.